All right, today I'm doing a video on exercise. I've had a couple different questions in the last few days about that, so I thought it'd be a good one to talk about. The questions that I'm getting regarding exercise are, how do I know when I can start back up with exercise? Like, I've taken a really long break, I haven't done it at all, my hunger has gone down. How do I know when I can start again? And then in that question included is, I still walk occasionally, and sometimes I'll run if I feel like it. And I still have days where I just don't like the feeling of my belly, and I don't like that my face looks bigger, and things like that. So to me, that's a huge red flag that it's probably not time for you to start exercising yet. From my own personal experience, I remember prematurely starting to think about it. And because I had to think about it and kind of well, I could see how and I kind of started negotiating how it would be okay. That's a sign that that was a sign that I wasn't ready. And I was still kind of having these insecurities about my body at that point. My brain hadn't fully caught up to what had happened as I weight restored. And I felt like I still had some links between, I could see how if I started when I wanted to, that I would have correlated that back to okay, I can eat as long as I exercise. And I had to, and I did, but I had to break that link between food and exercise. And also just that wiring, if it's still too fresh and you bring it back too soon, when you start to exercise, your brain remembers all the behaviors that go along with when you're exercising. And so I just advise people to play it safe. There's no harm in waiting longer until you get to a place where you know you're okay without it. You're content and you're okay with the size of your body. You feel like you have a healthy appetite with hunger and fullness cues, and you feel like you don't feel like a compulsion or a anxiety about when you think about not doing it. So initially when I went cold turkey, like I talked about, the anxiety was through the roof. I had to physically grab onto things so I wouldn't stand up and try to start moving. Obviously that wouldn't have been time to start, but then it got a little more gray area because it was okay, I know I can not exercise now. I get it. I haven't been doing it for a really long time. I see that I'm fine with it, but I could see if I brought it back then that it would still have, I think, just caught me and brought me right back. So just play it safe and wait even longer than when you start feeling like you're ready, especially because the thought of waiting longer wouldn't provoke anxiety if you're really ready. And so that's another really good thing to kind of be aware of if me telling you, yeah, wait another month or two is going to cause you anxiety, you're probably not ready to start again. I remember when I started back up, I did, because of my past, when I would try to stop exercise and bring it back, I was a little paranoid because I thought, I don't even know, I feel normal in my head, but I don't know. I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to make these limitations for myself. I'm going to set boundaries so that I have, this number of days a week I can, and this amount of time that I can. And I was so pleasantly surprised that I was going way under what I was even allowing myself to do. That's when I knew okay, I actually don't even really want to be here for that period of time. Or actually, I know I can, I have this day where I can because it's within that week and that's the limit I gave myself, but I actually just don't really want to today. And so being able to feel that is such a good feeling. It's such a free feeling of this doesn't have control over me anymore. Or going and being partway through a workout and just being kind of I'm not really feeling this, instead of no matter what, life or death, you finish that workout. And so and of course, when you're sick, when you have an eating disorder and compulsive exercise component to it, it doesn't matter if you're sick or not, you do it anyways. And so when you don't have an eating disorder anymore, logically it makes no sense to work out and you're not feeling well. And that doesn't provoke anxiety or anything. So these are just questions to kind of ask yourself when you're trying to figure out, is it time for me to start or not? I really feel deep down inside, if you listen to your gut, it will tell you, yeah, I think you're fine. Or if you're still having these niggles of insecurity with your body, or you're still not feeling like you have freed all foods and you can eat freely, absolutely, you have to wait longer. So anyways, I hope that helps.